Hello everybody and welcome back to Zooming into Scripture. Today's video I am especially excited about. There are a lot of shocking prophecies in the Bible and I've covered some of them on this channel. But today's prophecy is a bit unique because it involves some math in order to figure out. But its accuracy is so precise, it's sure to leave you stunned as it predicts the exact timing of the Messiah's arrival and even crucifixion. This takes a bit of background to fully grasp, so make sure to stick around for the whole video as it will come together quickly once we get everything set up. This prophecy is found in Daniel 9, starting at verse 24, which was written about 539 years before Jesus and was given to Daniel by the angel Gabriel. Let's read the relevant verses and then break it down. 77s are decreed for your people and the holy city to finish transgression, to put an end to sin, to atone for wickedness, to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy place. No one understand this. From the time the word goes out to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until the anointed one, the ruler, comes, there will be 7 sevens and 62 sevens. It will be rebuilt with streets and a trench, but in times of trouble. After 62 sevens, the anointed one will be put to death and will have nothing. Now, I'm going to keep these verses up and highlight the important information. We know this prophecy is talking about the Messiah, as Messiah is just anointed one translated to English. So there's no question who this prophecy is about. I want to make this prophecy as clear and concise as I can, so let's start with when this time frame Gabriel provides begins. So I want to go back to this portion, from the time the word goes out to restore and rebuild Jerusalem. So let's remember that we are currently in 539 BC. At the time this prophecy was given, Jerusalem has been dismantled by Nebuchadnezzar in 587 BC. So in Daniel's time, Jerusalem lay in ruin. So Gabriel's time frame starts when the word goes out to restore and rebuild Jerusalem, and it specifically mentions it will be built with streets and a trench. So when did this happen? Persian Emperor Artaxerxes, who ruled from 464 to 424 BC, would issue the edict to rebuild Jerusalem that met Daniel's requirements during the 20th year of his reign during the Hebrew month of Nisan, which in 444 BC started on March 5th based on astronomical calculations, 143 years after Gabriel gave his prophecy to Daniel. And this is recorded also in Nehemiah 2, verses 1 through 8. So now we have the starting point laid out by Gabriel. Now let's see if his math actually predicts the Messiah's arrival and crucifixion. Let's go back to the next highlighted verse. Anointed one, the ruler, comes. There will be 7 sevens and 62 sevens. The context of this passage shows that the math here can be worked out like this. In parentheses, we'll have 7 times 7 plus 62 times 7. And this comes out to just adding 49 plus 434 equals 384 years. Now we have 2 important pieces of information: the time in which the clock begins, as well as the length of time until the Messiah arrives and then is put to death. But we aren't quite there yet in getting to the date itself. These days are in solar years, which are 365.2422 days, if we're getting exact here. However, in ancient biblical times, the lunar year was used, which is 360 days. This is very important when calculating Gabriel's formula, but we still need the solar years, and we'll still need the solar year number, as that is what is used today, so we'll be able to go back and forth, and we'll get to that. So, all right, now we have all the information we need. Let's plug in the numbers and see what we get. First, we will figure out how many days are in 483 lunar years. So we'll take 360, multiply that by our number of 483 that we got before, and that equals 173,880 days. Now we'll convert these days back to our current system of solar years, and we do that by taking 173,880, dividing that by our solar years, which is 365.2422 days, and then we get 476.068 years. Now we can't really work well with decimals, so let's convert that into days as well. So let's take 0.068, multiply that by our solar years again, and we get 24.8 days. So from the start date that we already determined, The Messiah would arrive 476 years and 25 days later. The result is March 29th, 33 AD. Now, what is the significance of this day? This is the exact timing of Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem, now known as Palm Sunday. This date makes perfect sense as it is from this point Jesus publicly declared himself as Messiah. Before, it was only to a small number of people, such as his disciples, and those he did tell were told to keep this private. This is also the year of the crucifixion, which Gabriel predicted. After 62 sevens, the anointed one will be put to death and have nothing. And I want to circle back to the beginning of the prophecy. 70 sevens are decreed for your people and your holy city to finish transgression, to put an end to sin, to atone for wickedness, to bring everlasting righteousness. This is exactly what Jesus accomplished on the cross, and it definitely echoes Isaiah 53 comes to mind, among others. And you should definitely check out the video I did on Isaiah 53 and Psalm 22. And if I have some others when you're watching this, make sure to go check them out. I have a playlist of prophecies, so make sure to go check that out to get more of this picture. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to try to keep it short and concise because I know this one can get kind of complicated. If you guys liked it and found it interesting, make sure to like and subscribe as it really helps me out. And comment down below what you think about this. It's absolutely crazy how precise, accurate, and just really shows how God had this plan of redemption for humankind since the beginning. And the Old Testament is full of these kind of predictions, like I've mentioned a few of them now, and including this one, that weren't really obvious at the time, but in hindsight and reading back after they've happened, have been like, wow, they were there all along. So make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys would like to see from this channel in the future. And thanks so much for watching.